Hello viewers, Super GT here. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys watch Formula E, but I'm going to try and recreate it in the Gran Turismo way here with some glorified Kettle racing, if you like. So this is the car, the Audi Quattro e-tron Vision Gran Turismo car, very recently added into the game. Let's see how we do then. 8th on the grid. We have a grid start, standing start this time around, and immediately up into 7th, into the first corner. Now, very close to contact, and I replayed that about 2,000 times, and I'm not sure that actually was contact. I think that guy just kind of responded to my positioning, but this guy, yeah, I kind of pushed him and he pushed me back, fair enough, and then I'm going to get swamped by the rest of the pack, and that guy gives me a massive boost. We can call that the Gran Turismo version of fan boost, as he punts me up in the rear end, gives me a massive 50 miles an hour speed boost. So thank you very much for that. Kind of semi-recovered back into 7th place. So everyone here is driving, that guy is spinning. Everyone here is driving exactly the same car, so we know that it's down to the driver completely, and we're going to have a show of skill or a show of a lack of skill, as we see there from the Spaniard punting me wide at the hairpin. I suppose it's never too long before you get punted by a Spaniard, or at least I don't anyway. It's never too long before I am on the receiving end of something. So we can renew our hostilities here with our Iberian friends as we come through the final corner. 6th place, of course. And there is the chasing pack, very close in attendance. This is lap number 2 now, into the hairpin at the beginning of the 3rd sector. It goes a little bit deep. Someone else is very wide there, a German, off of the circuit. And just pulling onto the back of the Spaniard now. Setting purple sectors, although you should do, on your second lap. The Spaniard very wide, just grazing 2 wheels off the grass. I'm going to go around the outside. Now I must say it here that the brakes are very bad on this car. You do have to brake pretty much double the length, double the distance you normally would in, let's say, a Group 3 kind of car. So yeah, the brakes, I think they just forgot to design them because they are that bad. I mean, you might as well just be using, you might as well just put your foot out the door and just slow the car down by putting your foot onto the ground like you're the Flintstones or something. But through the fast sweepers, we've got it just about right. Can be tricky to get that just correct. This is lap number 3, coming into the final tricky section. On the brakes, okay. Yep, we've done it just about okay. We do have a penalty to contend with, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's only less than a second. So rounding out the final corner there, we're doing okay, sitting pretty in 4th. Now this is the 4th lap. Still in 4th position, so not too much has changed on that lap. But it's about to change here because I just forget to brake too early and just drive straight off and reclaim 6th place. So there is some sort of magnetic force which draws me back to that position. So we find ourselves in the dead centre of a 5-way battle for 4th, whereas it was looking like a fairly comfortable race when I was in 4th myself. And well, now I've got a lot of battling to do. Through the S's, can we take these nicely? Yes, we can. Maybe a little bit too much curve there. Over the grass on the exit. Don't think we lost too much time. The Spaniard making a mistake as well. So we're going to reclaim 5th position at least. I do get a penalty for that. The game's trying to claim that I am wall riding to an extent, even though I think I probably would have lost time for sure. But the game can't know that, I guess. So then into the chicane, and the Frenchman ahead, not taking the best of lines I've ever seen, so he's definitely going to pull up onto the back of him, into the hairpin. Are we going to get mega lunged by a Spaniard once again? He is right, but yes we are. Not just one, two of them. So nice character development here. Not just one Spaniard getting lunging me. He's turned into 2. Looking around the outside, and well, with the crap brakes, that was a really silly move from me. It was a silly decision to try to brave that one around the outside. So down into 8th, I'm going to bail into the pits, kind of copying the strategy of the leading Finn, who's now into 3rd. So I was presuming that the 2-stop strategy was the best thing here. Now there is no fuel, so it's all about tyres. So this guy's going to sweep off to the side. Now this is probably one of the greatest Moses effects there's been in a while. So that guy just kind of get brushed aside, and then these two guys, they just split apart, and it was just frankly miraculous. So I'm losing a lot of positions, but I'm gaining quite a few through acts of God at the same kind of time. So an up and down race, it must be said. But we're sitting here in 7th. Now we're starting in 8th. So, I mean, a typical barometer of any race is if you move forwards, finish further ahead than where you started. I mean, that's normally a sign of a decent race. So we can try to do that at least, even though we have made a fair few errors throughout. So we're back with our Spanish friend here, down into the fast chicane. He's gone a little bit deep, and it's going to perhaps, he's going to pay for that on the exit, and I just go around the outside. I was so expecting him to run me off there, but he didn't. To be fair to him, he didn't. Will he lunge me though for the 3rd time to complete the hat trick? Yes, he kind of goes for it. Bit of contact, but I think that time around it was a good move, and it's not enough though to really get past me. Am I going to fight him on the outside? No, he bails out, which is what I should have done the last time. Just bail out if you know you're not going to win that battle. Into the final corner, perhaps should have gone defensive. I don't. Go out deep to abreast once again as we come out onto the main straight. I think he is going to dive into the pits. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He's still right on our tail. There he is. So no rest here. We do have to stay very, very alert to make sure he doesn't get back past us. So then rounding out the first corner. Lap number 8. So I'm on a different strategy here. I'm going for the 2-stopper, which I'm not sure is quite going to work, although the tyres do wear out quite a lot around this track. And this is lap number 10. So you see the Finn in the lead there going into the pits. I copied him thinking that is a good strategy, but in the end you can see here I finished in 8th. So I finished where I started. The Finn obviously good enough to make the 2-stop work, but I'm not good enough to make it work. And it didn't work. I finished 8th. Not a great result. We can kind of forget that race ever existed. We'll try again. And Super GT in 6th place, of course. Now I've put on a nice paint job here, which of course adds 2,000 horsepower. If that's how you measure the power of this car, I don't think it is. But anyway, off the line we go. Scintillating start. My right foot, or right trigger finger there, doing the job very well. And immediately from 6th up into 3rd, we've halved our position in a way. 6 divided by 3 equals 6 divided by 2 even equals 3. Quick maths for you. Good stuff. Don't say that this channel isn't educational, because it is, even though I do occasionally get my maths wrong. This Greek, he's just gone way too quick. He's just given up completely, and he's just driven straight into the wall. There is the chasing pack lurking ominously behind me. Now the German head, he actually finished 7th in that previous race, so that bodes well perhaps, although I think he did have an accident in that previous race, so I should have beaten him, but I didn't. Into the hairpin. Are we going to get a lunge? We have a German right behind us and a Spaniard right behind him. In fact, he's got 2 Spaniards right. No, he's got a Spaniard and an Austrian behind him. So if anyone's going to get a lunge, it's going to be him. But we are okay. The German in the lead looks like he's got a decent margin already. Around about 1.5 seconds, very deep into the final corner. But I still get hit by the German. Not enough really to lose control. So we're going to continue for now. And this is lap number 2 through the S's. Take too much curb. It's going to cost us. Over the grass we go, back onto the circuit. Lovely rejoin from Super GT. And I get a 1 second penalty. I think the German, the unlucky German behind me, got an even bigger penalty. You see him slowing down there. This Spaniard's going to drive really wide. It's all going on right now. I can't even keep track of what is happening. Down into the chicane, onto the back of the Austrian, who's now made his way up into 4th place. So we've got 2 Austrians here, one in 2nd, and no, sorry, it's a Spaniard in 2nd Austrian in 4th, and we have Cristiano Ronaldo there in 3rd place. So the Austrian a little bit slow off the turn into the sweeping right into the 90-degree dogleg left. He's gone a little bit deep. I'm going to go up the inside. The space opens up into the final corner, and he runs me a little bit narrow, and then I'm just going to run him very wide by having a bit of contact. Not a clean move at all, but we are up into 4th. So it's funny, you get penalties for things that really shouldn't be penalties, but then, I mean, that, if anything, that overtake should have been the penalty. But then you don't get one. So, I mean, explain that, atheists. I have no idea what's going on. So, 4th place. So we're sitting here okay, and again, like the last race, we started 8th, finished 8th, but here we want to finish above 6th, and which would signify we've moved forwards. It's always a good thing. I mean, the grids are decided by qualifying time, so you're overtaking people who are faster than you technically. Down the hill then, into the chicane. How is it going to go around here? Yeah, fine. Portuguese guy ahead. Not taking it as well as I did. So you can see here the run is being created. The space opens up. I'm up the inside into the hairpin. It's a beautiful move. I'm going to sit the car on the apex. And as we drive away, I'm going to receive a 1-second penalty. Yeah, nice stuff, Gran Turismo. Not sure quite why I deserve that one. Or, I mean, I don't know why the guy behind deserved a penalty, to be honest. He got a 3-second penalty for that. So the game really obviously deciding that that is far too much contact. Way too strict, I think. But then again, it is a deterrent. Simply never touch anyone from behind. And that's good life advice as well. So into the first corner. We are going to try to reel in the Austrian now, who's found his way up into the second spot with a 2.2 second penalty to run down towards the end. Now, of course, in the previous race, we got our strategy all wrong. We went for the 2-stop and it didn't work. So, of course, we're going to try to adapt here, go for the 1-stop. We're going to have to make the tyres last, and it is difficult around here, especially from about the 5th to 7th lap of each stint. So the last couple of laps of each stint, your tyres are going to be very worn. The Austrian very deep over the grass. Which way is he going to go? He moves over to the right hand side. And I had to kind of let off there. I didn't know which way he was going to go. But fortunately there was no contact. I go through. Up into second. Not bad at all. By this point here though, the German in the lead. A good, let's say, 12 seconds ahead. So I don't think there's really much chance of us catching him. Unless he really does something wrong, like this, I suppose. So once again, silly mistake into that little dogleg left-hander. Not an easy corner to get right as you're turning, as you're braking on the entry. So never an easy corner. But then again, it is me driving, so I'm not that great. So the Austrian, he's followed the Greek's line. He's gone right off, and I'm back up into second. So these guys are, well, all of us, we're gifting positions to each other. You know, there's no actual pure skill overtakes. It's just people spinning off and then going, oh, okay, yeah, you just go past me now. So then up the hill, past the chicane. Now we can once again resume hostilities with the Spaniards as we go into the hairpin. Is he going to lunge us? No, he's not. It was a nicely taken corner, actually. We tried to get this corner dead right this time around. Just having a brief look behind, just to keep track of exactly where he is. Hitting the apex nicely. Into the final corner. The leader is now crossing the line about now. So that's the kind of gap he has. 13 seconds, near enough. So rounding out the final corner. And 1 lap later, pretty much the same situation. We pull into the pits, end of lap 7. So 2 times 7 is 14. So that means we're going to have 2 stints here, as long as we can do 7 laps twice. Which we should be able to do. I can't see why I shouldn't be able to do it now. We managed it once, we should manage it again. So then, the German in the lead, about 8 seconds now. He has made a mistake at some point, because it was around about 12-13 seconds just a moment ago. So I suppose there is some hope if he makes 2 more of those mistakes, and we might be onto the back of him. So winding right over the crest and down the hill. Look at that first chevron, or that first white mark on the right hand side. And that is a good braking point in this car for that corner. So then, this is the situation, end of lap number 8. Now I'm going to play this one a little bit differently here. So I'm going to slow down now and get rid of the penalty, because something I've kind of noticed that I never seem to do well when I don't do that. Now this makes a transition of pressure, I think. So I get rid of the penalty now, and I'm still right behind this guy, so I can start to put the pressure on him rather than the other way round. Now we have a yellow flag situation here. What is going on? In fact, it's the leader. There it is, the German. He's just sitting there. I guess he's hungry, just having a quick meal halfway through the race. I suppose if you're hungry, you've got to answer to those needs and have a quick sandwich. But he's now dropped down into 4th place, so his hunger hitting him at exactly the wrong moment. You know, he's a couple of laps here away from winning a race, and he has to let it all go, although he's back into 3rd place. But now this battle, which was for 2nd, is now for 1st. So I have an actual shot of winning this race. How that has come about, I do not know. Into the 1st corner then. This is lap number 12, so the last 2-3 laps, not much happened. The gap was roughly the same as it is here, although it's about to get very small because the Spaniard running very wide on the exit of turn 1 into the S's. I'm going to carry that extra speed through. He's going to cover me off, go very defensive. I don't quite have the momentum to go through up the inside into this long left. So I think the pressure here is firmly on the Spaniard as we go right over the crest down the hill into the chicane. He has gone slightly defensive, taking a different line, but just about getting the job done. And on the exit, going fully out to the right hand side. I'm looking for the move. He's gone defensive. Yes, he has. We both briefly avoid that cone, which could have spelt disaster for the pair of us. I'm going to go for the cutback. Now, this time around, I'm on the left hand side going into this corner, rather than the right hand side. We make a bit of contact. In we go, and once again, oh my god. And out of all that, he gets a 1 second penalty, and I get a 3 second penalty. When honestly, it was a bit of contact. You could, if anything, blame him, but I wouldn't blame him. It was just, I don't think anyone should have got a penalty for that. In my eager attempt to try and catch back up, I go way too wide through the S's. The German, who was leading, now sort of comes out of nowhere. This is the final lap now, and we can just see in the distance there the two guys battling, the Spaniard and the German, going into the hairpin very close to each other. How is this one going to end? As we go in, well, it's going to end with the Spaniard facing the wrong way. There he is. He gets reset. And, well, I'm in 2nd. I'm going to finish 2nd to the German. It looked like I was going to finish 2nd to the German all along, and then he messed it up. And then the Spaniard messed it up, and then I got a penalty, and then it all kicked off. I don't even know what happened. Things happened. Kind of rewind the video if you want to see. But there we go. I'm going to round out the race. Still got 2 seconds to get rid of here, but I'll just brake before the line. But wow, I can't even keep track these days. That was pretty crazy. Crossed the line, finished 2nd. So that could have definitely have been a win, if not for that silly mistake. Pushing too much to get back on terms with the Spaniard through the S's, and I lose a spot to the German, who actually wins. So fine margins, and unfortunately it's only a 2nd. I do hope you enjoyed the video as always, guys. Let me know your thoughts and subscribe for more of the same. I shall see you next time. As always, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
Listen.